So I wanted to welcome you to this Tuesday takeaway, the Tuesday, the 30th of May. And thank you for coming back after your bank holiday, which I can see the weekend wasn't long enough. It didn't seem like 3 days, I agree. So thank you for that comment. So if you're joining me live, it really helps if you type hello into the comments, because I know that you're here and you continue to see these videos. And also, if you're watching on replay, if you could type #replay, I will also know that you joined today, which, yeah, it's just fantastic to have you. Hello. Yeah, I know it's hard to get started, isn't it? At least we only have a 4-day week, which is fantastic. So I'm going to be in 3 parts today. The first part of today is to talk about quality in reviews. And part 2 is going to be introducing what it is to be a quality reviewer. And then part 3 is to do an introduction about SILP score. So yes, fantastic to see everyone. Hello, thank you for typing your hello in. I'm just going to begin by the element about quality in reviews. And in 2009, I became an independent reviewer. And I immediately felt motivated to be part of the change. And my drivers for that were that I didn't feel like the review was a very engaging place. So it felt like a lot going on behind closed doors with strategists. Didn't feel the practitioners were part of the conversation. There was a lot that was a paper exercise. So I developed this trademarked methodology called SILP, and it's 3 elements to that. One is proportionality, the other one is engagement, and the other one is strength, so learning from strong practice. And those 3 elements make up a SILP review. And yeah, I mean, the other thing that I felt about reviews back at the time, we called them the Ofsted years, because we had those Ofsted indicators and it was all about the cosmetics of the final report. And in my opinion, there wasn't enough emphasis on the process and what the journey of what we did to get to that final product. So yeah, we now have quality markers, which is much better, and things have moved on in many ways. But there are still drivers for me in 2023 to create change in reviews. And to run you through what some of those are and to gain your comments on these as well. I mean, I don't know if you remember back in those days, anyone here, about why we needed to change things back in 2010, that kind of era. But now in reviews, I think it's more that sense of overwhelm. So efficiency of resource is needed now, in my opinion, more than ever. I know if you go back to that survey of the partnerships, they were kind of talking about not only the number of recommendations per review, but the number of reviews. It just feels like overwhelm. And we had that Child Safeguarding Practice Review Panel report in 2021. And the panel was really urging that reviews have a move from an emphasis on reporting about things to inquiring and learning from things. And it feels like perhaps in reviews, even in 2023, we haven't really successfully made that transition. We've still got so many reviews that are swamped in detail, and you know, they're missing the family's views. So it might be helpful for me to bring into this group my pie chart for how I show how to get more proportionate in writing your overview report. And if you type into the comments, we can do that on another live if you think that's going to be helpful. But yeah, it's still the case that over a third of local child safeguarding practice reviews in 2021 didn't make any mention whatsoever of the family's views. So yeah, I think we still have a tendency to look for blame. And I think that, you know, the comments that are still made to me by review commissioners are that it's hard to find reviewers, or that they've had some overly controlling chairs which have put them off having a learning event for Ghent, for instance. And I think that this element of blame can also be because in some agencies don't understand the limitations and the pressures on people in agencies that they work with in a multi-agency environment. So yeah, I think that's helped by learning events. I don't know if you feel that too from the reviews you've been involved in. But I also think it's helped by reviews having an appreciative focus. Yeah, and I can also share in this group on future lives. If you type into the comments and let me know if you would want this, I can let you know about how we have a model for reviews with an appreciative focus. So yes, I can tell you a lot more about that. I'm going to pause for a second to see from the comments exactly what you want. Yeah, I'm just getting some feedback. Okay, so apparently this broadcast is not currently showing in Facebook. So I'm going to try and edit the broadcast. How's everyone doing with the content so far? Does anybody want to make some comments on what I've said so far? Okay, so yeah, we've got this tendency to look for blame, which I think is really helped by the reviews with an appreciative focus. I also think it's helped by learning events. I can also share some feedback. So we've got feedback about what people have really valued in reviews. And it's things like the quality of person-to-person interaction. It's wanting this proportionality, just 5 implementable recommendations, which is the SILT model. We don't want more than 5. It's when a review feels non-threatening. And of course, as well, it's this opportunity to meet and reflect. So we learned about people and their experiences, their pressures, their limitations across the partnership. So these were the things that are coming back time and time again in our reviews. So yeah, non-threatening. It's still quite alarming that we're creating environments that feel threatening. Thank you, Amajit. We're still missing the family's views in the reports. And when I read those reports, I also wonder if that family engagement is in fact happening, but it's not explicit in the overview report. That's a question mark that's always hanging there for me. So yeah, we're learning about what's valued, what comes back in feedback, but also an element of this is to cultivate the right qualities for a quality reviewer. And I think that needs to be a whole separate broadcast for me, which I'm happy to give in this group if it's going to be helpful. I think obviously the quality reviewer should not only focus on, there's a need to focus on the hard skills, but the soft skills as well are clearly what's very much valued from this feedback. And this softer side is really about enabling the front line, creating recommendations and creating an environment where we are enabling the front line to do the very best that they possibly can. And this, it is this open learning culture that enables us to do that. So here we are. If we're going to emphasize certain behaviors, how about our sensitivity towards the workforce? How about our motivation to acknowledge family rights? How about our values and our vision? These are also equally important as the hard skills that we're often required to demonstrate, I think, in a review application. So yeah, these are some of the skills that we do incorporate and make sure are part of our program, SILT School. And we are about to run our summit intake for Silk School. I mean, this year we're celebrating 10 years of Silk School, and there's been over 100 graduates. So yes, we begin again in June. We're here to create a tidal wave of positive impact in reviews. That's the mission statement. And we make it quite intensive in the first 18 weeks. Even though you only need to dedicate 90 minutes a week to undertake the course, because it is for busy professionals. It's about packing into that 18 weeks enough to enable you to graduate and to begin as a reviewer. So we have 6 weeks of an orientation phase, which is laying all of the foundations. We have 6 core modules, which includes a simulated learning event where you get to role play what it's like in a learning event. You set an assignment at the end, and that's to enable you to gain your university credits towards a master's degree. But also, when you start at this time of year, you get your first whole year in Momentum. And Momentum is the space where you receive those review opportunities through to your inbox, and you have mentored review opportunities. So this means that you work using all the resources in the membership site and with the oversight from me in your reviews. And we sit down quarterly to have experiential learning. It's kind of like group supervision, and we call them quarterly masterminds. So we bring a review forward, we anonymize it, and we talk about what's going on in that review as a team. So the current price of Silk School, before tomorrow at midnight, we have an offer on where the price will be $2,909 plus VAT. The usual price that it will be at other points is $3,245, and we have a 9-month payment plan, and we have a 12-month payment plan. So I'm going to post a link now so that you can see all of the details about Silk School. And with this 12-month payment plan, you can pay a £99 deposit to secure your place. So tomorrow night at midnight, this offer closes. And if you do feel like you've got 90 minutes a week to spare to embed this tried and tested methodology into your reviews, you can still book a no obligation call with me if you would like to, see whether you are suitable and a fit. We don't like anybody to join who's not a fit, because we want you to succeed. We've got 100% pass rate because we go through this with you. There is a form also posted in the comments where you can have your eligibility just assessed on the spot. So respond to the questions and we'll just answer through straight away. And there's also going to be a link in there to book a call with me, but you can just DM me to book a call if none of those times are suitable. So yes, that is the information on Silk School. Also, we've got a couple of free training opportunities coming up. We've got one which is myself and Dr. Estella Capellas Barbosa, how to analyse the relationship between intimate partner violence, suicidality and self-harm. That is on the 29th of June. I've got 29th written down. Is it definitely 29th or is it 28th? At 1 p.m. So that is an option as well, should you wish to join. It is the 29th. And then we've got another one coming up in July. The July one is 12th of July. That's with Leanne James. It's called How to Get Started with the Welsh Single Unified Safeguarding Review. So yeah, the consultation on that Welsh Single Unified Safeguarding Review is due to end on the 9th of June. So it's really important, if you are interested in that, to get involved and make your comments about the review itself. But yes, I hope that has been a really useful first Tuesday takeaway to come live into LinkedIn. If you're watching on replay, it'd be fantastic to see your comments. I always do come back in later to check. But yeah, it's been great to have you here live. and see you next time.